Welcome back. We're here for hour number 2 of the Witness Protection Podcast. And what I really wanted to talk about on this specific episode was Atlantic City. Now, I first got to Atlantic City in about 1984 when I was a little kid. So I've pretty much seen the city go from the golden era of gambling, the late 80s, early 90s, where gambling exploded. I mean, it became a big deal. Those are really the years where Donald Trump went from millionaire to billionaire. The golden age of the city. Gambling was popular. The city was making a lot of money in tourism. Now, from about 1995 to the present, things have changed. The influx of gambling in other states has really altered the field out there. You know, in 1995 is when the South legalized gambling, riverboats in Mississippi and whatnot, and Connecticut Indian casinos started to spring up. And from then on, Atlantic City has taken, a hit with all the casinos on the East Coast, if you think about it. New York, Yonkers has a casino. Philadelphia has 2 casinos. There's also one in Pennsylvania. Several in Connecticut. Like I said, the South has several casinos, one in Florida, one in Mississippi. There's a lot of, crazy stuff out there now that there didn't used to be. So, it's hard to compete. Atlantic City has trouble competing now. Do I think it can make a comeback? Sure. But it's always kind of been poor man's Las Vegas. And, some people debate me and say, well, they have the beach and Las Vegas doesn't. That's true. Atlantic City, is beachfront property. They have the beach. The weather's beautiful. They can compete with that. They have some shows than used to have, but at the same time, Las Vegas is the mecca of gambling. Well, it used to be at least. So the city has really changed. Not always for the better. I'm sure you're wondering, what makes JC an expert on Atlantic City? Well, I'll tell you now. My mother worked in Atlantic City for the better part of 33 years. My father has worked in Atlantic City over 30 years. That was basically where I hung out on weekends. I spent a lot of time there year after year, decade after decade, and I saw the evolution. And I saw the de-escalation at the same time. I think one of the biggest mistakes the city has made in the last 5 years was building the outlet mall 2 blocks from the homeless shelter. Crime has really gotten pretty bad out there. Now, my brother did security out there, and there wasn't a day that went by that somebody wasn't trying to steal something or somebody wasn't seeing the cops out there. So definitely, homeless shelter, outlet mall, not a good idea. Not really. And trust me, I've heard all the stories and I've seen all the shit. And like I said, it's my home, but I'm educating the people here. Don't go out there thinking that nothing's going to happen, because it tends to happen. But like I said, the city's made some mistakes. Pumping government money into Revel, and then Revel declaring bankruptcy twice. Not a good idea. I think Chris Christie was an idiot on that one. I figured, yeah, I get it. He wanted to stimulate job growth, but at the same time, job growth of what? It's like, oh yeah, they had jobs for about 6 months, and then the casino went to the shits. The casino wanted to market itself as, entertainment for wealthier people. I mean, for Christ's sake, the guy that worked fucking valet parking had to wear a suit. So, I mean, seriously, definitely, I went to an interview there, and I was like, wow, they're really trying to be something special, which is fine. But Atlantic City, a lot of people come to Atlantic City, middle-class people looking for a good time. Middle-class people really don't have the money to spend the kind of funds that people at Revel want. It's kind of why Revel didn't survive. And people are like, oh, Revel was a great casino. It was, but Taj, I always thought Taj was better. Taj never tried to be more than it was. It's still in business. So like I said, if you're coming to Atlantic City, bring a lot of money. And don't walk around after 10 at night if you value your life. Just letting you know. And that is from a South Jersey boy, born and raised in South Jersey. Lived in Atlantic County almost all my life, and I can tell you so. I want to share that with the viewers. See you later.